we have the current stock market update for SOUNDHOUND AI Incorporated, stock ticker SOUN. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts in the comments section below so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is a 2-hour price chart. Each candle on this time frame represents a 2-hour trading period. And as we can see here, the stock continues to trade under pressure after falling below that $5 mark. So in this video, we're going to be looking at some specific price zones so that hopefully traders can identify profitable trading strategies for this stock going forward. So if we just sort of zoom in here a bit, what we can see is that share prices have kind of roughly obeyed this support turned resistance area. This is not exact because what we have seen some movements to the top side here. But if we're looking at this prior support zone, which came in right near, this would be $4.73. It's actually just, oh no, we have actually marked that previously. 474 has been seen previously as a prior support zone. And we have seen this retest of this here. So this really did become a support level that had been seen previously. But once we tested the bottom of that range and then fell through there, we ultimately generated some new support levels to the downside. So currently what we're looking at the moment is a near-term support zone that shows at $4.45. This would be the main level now to watch to the downside. And as we can see here, we've got sort of a rough resistance zone right around 475. I mean, we have seen some breakage above here. Share prices did sort of spike above here a few times. But for the most part, we really haven't seen much activity above that 475 area. And even this red candle here, as we can see, the price close was below that area. So since this is a red candle, the bottom of the candle body represents that price close. So even though we can see some spikes upward into this upward direction here, we really haven't seen any closing periods above here. And even this red candle here, this really did come from a spike higher. We did see a price gap in the upward direction, but then share prices just quickly reversed lower. So for the most part, I would feel comfortable considering 475 really to be that near-term resistance level that should be watched here going forward. And then to the downside, we have $4.45. So, the real question here is, where's the bottom? We can see that there has been some prior support that has been generated at $4.33. Share prices did actually manage to break back above the $5 level last time this area was tested. So, there is some scope here that this could turn out to be a stronger support level. But I would suspect that if we do see a break below here, that this could result in a retest of these sub $4 support zones. So, just to try to get some analysis of what's actually going on here, we should take a look at the Fibonacci study of this most recent upward trend move. Because, as we can see here, we're coming right into contact with the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement that can be seen using this price move. So, really what we're looking at is 433 to 515. And then from there, share prices have kind of broken below here as well. But, these price levels are a bit choppy. I mean, we're seeing a lot of spike action outside of support and resistance levels. So, I think that, this is probably a stock chart that doesn't necessarily obey, technical levels to the cent, to the exact mark. So I would probably still feel comfortable calling this a support zone that has held. But if we do see share prices move below roughly 450 again, that really is going to mean then that we have now broken through the 78.6% retracement of this move. And then once that occurs, the ultimate price target now would become a full retracement of that move. So from 786, you go to 100. So if we see share prices bounce from 450, that could sort of keep this area intact and then hopefully generate some new highs here in the other direction, something along these lines. But if we do see share prices fall back below 450, I would suspect that then we will probably wind up seeing a full retracement back into 433. And then that is going to become the main line in the sand here, because from there, if we start to see lower lows, Not only are we sort of focusing again on that 395 area, but then we've also got a fairly clear sequence of lower highs that has started to develop here. There was a little bit of scope here for some potential upside because, previously we were looking at a 505 high and then a 515 high. So there was some scope here because then, even then, we were still sort of trading at these upper levels, and we tested this area on two separate occasions. I mean, if we had sort of seen a break above here, then at the very least we could say that we now have a series of higher highs, but that didn't really turn out to be the case. I mean, we saw prices move about 10 cents above the old high, and then form sort of a double top or a tweezer top type of condition here, where you've got two separate tests of the same resistance level, and then ultimately a price failure. So I would think that this 445 area is fairly significant. If we do see a break below there, then you have to put the focus back on 433, and then if we do break below 433, you're not only looking at a series of lower highs, but then you're starting to fall at risk of posting some lower lows as well. We do have some support that can be found sub $4. Currently, we can see 382 as a prior price low from the end of June. And then this 394 area was posted during the August 5 trading session. So, there are some lows that are sub that $4 mark, but at some point the stock is really going to need to, develop some support zones here because of it, especially that 382 level. If this 382 level doesn't hold, this was a fairly major support zone previously. As we can see here, the last time we tested this area, things really shot upward like a rocket. I mean, we were trading almost at 650 with this stock back then. But, if this level doesn't hold, if we start to see some stop losses run in the other direction, you could be looking at some fairly steep declines here. From there, the next level to the downside would come in at $3.50. So, there are several levels below $4 that could support prices here. But the real issue here is the stock needs to find some support here relatively soon. In order for me to reverse this bias into the upward direction, I would really need to see a break of 515. I think then you'd be looking at a retest of that important resistance level coming in at $5.50. So here's the current stock market update for SOUNDHOUND AI Incorporated, stock ticker SOUN. Our High Value Trading Strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.